Are you avoiding the gym? Maybe the idea of working out at home sounds appealing, but right now, there's a problem that's keeping you stuck. You've been convincing yourself that working out at home is somehow less than working out at a gym. So you've been waiting until you can do it right, waiting until you have the perfect setup. But here's the thing, that perfectionism is actually keeping you from the one thing that would make the biggest impact and how you feel day to day. So if you've been carrying this low-grade guilt around about not working out while simultaneously feeling paralyzed about how to actually begin at home, I see you and I need you to know that the gap between where you are now and where you want to be isn't as wide as it feels like right now. You don't need a gym membership to transform your health. You need a framework that's so simple, so clear, and so doable that your perfectionist brain can't talk you out of it. The first step. Are you avoiding the gym? Do you feel like you'd be better off working out at home? If you're feeling overwhelmed by the idea of returning to the gym or even starting from scratch, wondering if you'd just be better off going on the old Ozempic. Did you start this year with the best intentions, but somehow life just started lifing and now you're a million miles away from the goals that you originally set? Are you secretly just waiting for the holidays to arrive so that you can justify starting over in January? Are you sat on your couch scrolling through ab workouts and what I eat in a day posts on Instagram whilst you finish your nightly red wine? I see you and I need you to know that the gap between where you are now and where you want to be isn't as wide as it feels like right now. Maybe you've been telling yourself you'll start working out in the new year, or maybe when you've lost a few pounds, or when your schedule calms down, which, let's be honest, if you're the woman that I think you are, your schedule is never calming down. You've got back-to-back meetings, a business to run, people depending on you, and approximately 17 minutes of free time that you usually spend scrolling through Instagram or collapsing in bed. Maybe the idea of working out at home sounds appealing. It eliminates the commute. You don't have to deal with the gym intimidation. You can work out in your old college t-shirt without judgment, and yet you haven't started. Or you started once, did a YouTube workout, and that made you feel like you were going to die and haven't touched it since. So if you've been carrying this low-grade guilt around about not working out while simultaneously feeling paralyzed about how to actually begin at home, I want you to know that you're not lazy, you're not flawed. This decision fatigue is a completely normal response to having zero framework, zero guidance, and about a million conflicting opinions about what you should be doing. Now, I met a woman last week, a brilliant woman. She's a venture capitalist. She makes decisions worth millions of dollars every single day. And she said to me, Lou, I just don't have the time to work out. And even if I could work out at home, I just don't know where I'd even start. Now, this woman negotiates big deals without blinking an eye, yet she can't make that commitment to a workout on a daily basis. So if you've been waiting for permission to start small, start imperfectly. Start with whatever space and equipment you actually have. That's it. Your living room is enough. Your bedroom is enough. That weird hallway between your kitchen and your office, also enough. I'm Louise Hazel, Olympian, fitness expert and CEO of Slay. Welcome back to another episode of Slay, the Centre of Excellence for Women's Health, Fitness and Life. Today, I'm answering one of the most common questions. How do I start working out at home? Now, here's what's really going on. You're someone who likes to get things done. You show up for your team, your business, your family, and you're willing to invest in what matters. You're not looking for shortcuts. You genuinely want to prioritize your health. But right now, there's a problem that's keeping you stuck. You've been convincing yourself that working out at home is somehow less than working out at a gym. So you've been waiting until you can do it right, waiting until you have the perfect setup, waiting until you feel ready. But here's the thing, that perfectionism is not helping you. It's actually keeping you from the one thing that would make the biggest impact and how you feel day to day, just moving your body consistently. And I get it. You're a high performer. You're used to doing things really well or just not doing them at all. The idea of fumbling around in your living room, not sure if you're doing these exercises correctly, not sure if you're going to get results, it feels vulnerable. It feels like failure before you've even started. Meanwhile, your energy is declining, your clothes are fitting differently, your stress levels are through the roof, and you have no physical outlet for it. You're losing strength and you can feel it. And every day that passes, that voice in your head just gets a little bit louder. You used to prioritize your health. What the hell happened to you? The truth is, you don't need a gym membership to transform your health. You need a framework that's so simple, so clear, and so doable that your perfectionist brain can't talk you out of it. Because you're not someone who needs more motivation. You're someone who needs clarity. You need to know exactly what to do, how to do it, and why it matters. And once you have that, you're unstoppable. So let's stop waiting for perfect and let's start building something sustainable. Today, I'm breaking down 5 strategies based on science-backed data and real-world results from working with my clients at Slay. The first step is understanding that starting a home workout routine isn't about having everything. It's about working with what you've got and building from there. So step number 1, I want you to claim your space, even if it's tiny. First things first, you need a designated workout space, not a home gym, not a Pinterest-worthy fitness corner, just a space where you can lie down, extend your arms, and move without knocking over a lamp. This could be the end of your bed, the corner of your living room, a hallway. Hell, I've had clients work out in their walk-in closets because that was the only place that their toddler wouldn't find them. The point is, claim it, make it yours. And here's why this matters. Your brain needs environmental cues. When you work out in the same spot consistently, your brain starts to associate that space with movement. It becomes easier to show up because your nervous system recognizes, oh, this is where we do that thing. So clear the space, roll out a yoga mat if you have one, or just designate a clean section of the floor. That's it. You're done. That's step 1. We're not trying to build a CrossFit box in your garage. We're just creating a corner where transformation can happen. Step number 2, start with bodyweight fundamentals. You don't need equipment to get strong. You need to master your own body weight first. This is where most people go wrong. They buy a set of dumbbells, they use them twice, and then they become very expensive clothes hangers. Your home workout foundation, it should include these 6 movement patterns. A squat, think body weight squats or sumo squats. A hinge, think glute bridges, for example. A push, so push-ups. This can be, full push-ups if you're an absolute gangster, or push-ups from your knees. A pull. Now you can get really creative with this one. You can just use a resistance band if you have one at home. A core, planks, think dead bugs, bird dogs, and a carry. So think about a farmer's carry. You can use anything here like heavy water jugs. Now you should aim to do this 3 times a week for 30 minutes a session. That's it. Pick one exercise from each category. Do 3 sets of 20 reps and rest as needed. You don't need to be gasping for air. You don't need to collapse in a puddle. You just need movement with intention. Step number 3, invest strategically, not impulsively. Once you've been consistent for like 6 weeks with bodyweight training, then and only then should you consider buying equipment. Now here's what actually matters. Get yourself a set of dumbbells. Start with 10 to 15 pounds and then perhaps 15 to 20 pounds. You can adjust based on your current strength. Resistance bands, like the fabric booty bands and a set of mini loop bands with a handle. A yoga mat, just for comfort. You can work out on a carpet or hardwood, but a mat makes planks feel less painful. And that's it. You don't need a Bowflex. You don't need a weight bench. You don't need kettlebells. You don't need battle ropes or a TRX system. Those are lovely, but they're not necessary for you to get strong, loose fat and feel incredible in your body. I've trained A-list actresses literally in their hotel rooms with nothing but a pair of dumbbells and a couch. You can do absolutely more with less than the fitness industry wants you to believe. Step number 4, build a realistic schedule, not an aspirational one. This is where most people sabotage themselves. They create this elaborate 6-day week workout plan that looks amazing on paper and lasts exactly 5 minutes in real life. Now, let's be honest about your actual schedule. You're not going to work out every single day for an hour every single morning at 5 a.m. Maybe you can do that once a week, but perhaps not consistently. So let's build a routine that fits your real life, not your fantasy life. I recommend starting with 3 30-minute sessions per week. Pick 3 days historically that you're least chaotic. So for most of my clients, that's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now schedule them in your calendar like you would a client meeting, because here's the truth. If it's not in your calendar, it doesn't really exist. And you wouldn't cancel on a client, so don't cancel on yourself. Also, let's normalize 30-minute workouts. You don't need to spend an hour working out to see results. Intensity and consistency beat duration every single time. 30 focus minutes where you're actually working beats 60 minutes of self-arsing it whilst watching Netflix. Step number 5, follow a structured plan. Stop winging it. This is the piece that most people miss. They show up, they do some random exercises they remember from high school, and they wonder why they're not seeing results. You need structure. You need progression. You need a plan that's designed to build on itself week after week. Here's a simple but effective framework. Week 1 to 2, learn the movement patterns, focus on form, get comfortable. Week 3 and 4, increase those reps and add a 4th set. Build your work capacity. Week 5 and 6, slow down your tempo. 3 seconds on the way down, 1 second pause, and 1 second on the way up. This builds strength and endurance. Week 7 and 8, add weight if you have it or increase the difficulty. This is progressive overload. This is how you build muscle and lose fat at home without fancy equipment. You're constantly challenging your body to adapt. Now, if you want a done-for-you plan, we have workout plans available on the Slate app. But even if you don't use our app, follow this framework. Write down everything that you did in each session and aim to do slightly more next time. That's how you get results. So here's what I want you to take away from this. Stop waiting for the perfect setup and start working with what you have right now. Stop telling yourself that home workouts are inferior and start recognizing that consistency beats perfection every single time. Stop consuming endless fitness content without taking action and start following a structured plan that's designed for real women with real lives. The best workout routine is the one that you will actually do, not the one that looks impressive on Instagram. Your living room is enough. Your body weight is enough. 30 minutes 3 times a week is enough. You are enough. Remember, you came here to slay, not to wait until the conditions are perfect. You came here to build strength, energy, and confidence in a body that shows up for you every single day. Not someday when you have a home gym. Not when you lose 10 pounds first. Right now, today. Remember, you're the woman who makes million-dollar decisions, who builds teams, who shows up for everyone in your life. You're more than capable of figuring out how to squat in your living room. Give yourself the same grace that you'd give your best friend who's just started working out. Remember that every single person that you admire in fitness started exactly where you are now, confused, uncertain, and probably doing exercises wrong at first. The only difference between them and you is that they started anyway. Now, you came here to build something extraordinary, and that includes a body that feels strong, capable, and like home. Not a body that looks a certain way, but a body that carries you throughout your ambitious life with energy and power. That's what really matters. That's a wrap on today's episode of the Slay podcast. To my regular listeners and Slay Day Ones, if you like this episode or found it useful, I'd appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so, or send this to a friend who might need to hear it. In return, I promise to keep bringing you the episodes that you need to make a real difference in your life, because you deserve to win. If you need home workouts, check out our app. If you need in-person community, then come on down to our run club, 9:30 a.m. at the Hollywood Bowl every Saturday. If you need personal trainer, then DM me directly. All the links you'll find below. I'll see you next week.